Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. So do me a favor before we dive into today's topics. If you end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. And if you are new here to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here talking once again about the PlayStation 5 Pro, as it seems some AI upscaling technology has been directly hinted at by AMD's Chief Technology Officer. This is being reported by WCCF Tech. AI upscaling is set to be deployed starting this year in AMD's gaming devices, which includes the yet-to-be-revealed PlayStation 5 Pro and the PlayStation 6. Speaking with No Prior's AI Machine Learning, Tech, and Startups YouTube channel, in a new interview, AMD Chief Technology Officer Mark Papermaster talked about what's next for the company regarding AI, saying that 2024 is a huge year for AMD, and they just completed AI enabling in their entire portfolio. 2024 is also a huge deployment year for them, as they are enabling their gaming devices to upscaling using AI, hinting at the fact that devices available or launching this year will be able to do so. As the next generation of consoles are launching in a few years, this statement seems to strongly hint that the yet-to-be-revealed PlayStation 5 Pro, rumored to launch later this year, will indeed feature AI upscaling. While the PlayStation 5 Pro is almost certainly going to support AI upscaling, it's also going to run on the GPU, as the Viola APU that will power the system has no NPUs, according to known AMD leaker Kepler. While the leaker was dubious about AI upscaling even being a thing for the console without Sony sharing its R&D efforts with AMD, today's statement seems to confirm how the companies actually have worked together on it. And so, yeah, this is definitely something that I think is going to be a big difference maker for the PlayStation 5 Pro and for the PlayStation 6 when it eventually comes out. We know that Mark Cerny worked pretty closely with AMD to customize the PlayStation 5. And so it just makes sense that when Sony and Mark Cerny are deciding, you know what, we're going to do a PS5 Pro, they're going to continue to work very closely with AMD. And yeah, this is likely going to be something that when the PS5 Pro is officially revealed, I would assume sometime this summer, Mark Cerny will likely give some type of discussion about it and let us know the thought process that went behind the Pro. And I imagine this AI upscaling technology is going to be a huge focal point. Of course, the PS5 Pro is likely to do more than just this AI upscaling, of course, but yeah, it's, again, one of these things where insiders and people who are very familiar with AMD and what's happening over there, they were kind of skeptical that this would be something that Sony would do alone. And this seems to confirm that AMD has been working closely with Sony with this, AI upscaling technology. So there you go, another update on the PS5 Pro. We're moving on to the next topic, which talks about a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth update that's specifically going to fix the graphics in the performance mode on PS5. This is being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director Naoki Hamaguchi has heard player complaints about the game's graphics in performance mode and has promised an update to resolve them. Shortly after release, players took issue with the visual downgrade when using performance mode, a patch which should be out soon. Speaking on one more game, Hamaguchi said that he can't detail the upcoming patch just yet, but did say that Square Enix plans to address facial lighting as part of it. We've received a lot of feedback on whether the graphics in the performance mode will be improved or not. We hear you. We are currently working on an update patch to improve that aspect. I don't think the release date would be far away from now. The facial lighting issues that Hamaguchi is referring to are complaints of character shadows looking scary under some conditions. When asked what his personal preference is between graphics and performance modes, he said that he prefers the former. I like to play other games in graphics mode as well. I like to see better graphics, he explained. So, yeah, this is something that I wanted to be sure to let you guys know about. I started playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and right now I am currently playing it in fidelity mode. And so I do have to play it at 30 FPS, but While the 60 FPS for the performance mode is great, the visual downgrade is very substantial. Like, it just in some instances straight up does not look good at all. And it does make me think that there needs to be further optimization, or something has to be ironed out here. And they seem to be aware of that. So it's definitely reassuring that they're going to be putting out some type of patch. Hopefully we won't have to wait that long. But I do have a feeling that, yeah, we can definitely see more from this 60 FPS performance mode in terms of the overall visual fidelity. But we're going to move on to the next topic here, which talks about a Gravity Rush 2 remaster coming to PS5 and PC this summer. And there also seems to be a slight hint at potentially a May PlayStation showcase once again. Being reported by WCCF Tech, Gravity Rush 2 Remastered is currently in development for PC and PlayStation 5 and will debut on console this summer, according to rumors circulating online. As reported on the Gaming Leaks subreddit and the Team ALUA Discord server, the remaster is actually in an advanced state of development, as one of the members of the server is actually a playtester. Apparently, the remaster will not come with any of the original's online features, but it will feature a proper photo mode. The game should be revealed this May and will launch in late summer, at least on PlayStation 5. A PC release will come at a later date. While it is disappointing that the first entry in the series is not getting remastered, it is good to hear that Gravity Rush 2 Remastered is in the works and that the franchise hasn't been completely forgotten. As a movie is also in the works, both the movie and the remaster could spearhead a renaissance for a franchise that deserves much better than what it got. And so, yeah, I haven't personally played the Gravity Rush games, but I did see a lot of people seemingly get pretty excited at the notion of a Gravity Rush 2 remaster, because a lot of people do feel like Sony just kind of abandoned this franchise, and, you know, a lot of people felt like there was certainly more that could and should be done with it. And so between the movie and hearing about this remaster, this does sound like it could, you know, be a pretty significant return with this. But I also want to point out that we're hearing that this is apparently something that's going to be revealed in May. So we did get a report, I would say, you know, about a month ago, towards it wasn't too long after the state of play that occurred in January happened. A supposed insider came out and said that, yeah, Sony is prepping another showcase for May. And so I didn't really report on it, because it's like, well, okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, sure. But now we're hearing that Gravity Rush 2 is set to be revealed sometime in May. So it is starting to look like Sony is putting together some type of May showcase once again. And, you know, this will, I think, be a nice little surprise, potentially, that shows up. And the fact that it's going to release this year, I mean, that would be pretty nice as well, too, right? And so, yeah, it is another remaster, of course, but maybe it's something I would look into, because, again, I haven't played any of the Gravity Rush games, but a lot of you guys have recommended them to me. So yeah, I'll keep my eye on this, and I will obviously continue to update you guys if we get more information about this or a potential upcoming PlayStation showcase. But we're going to move on to the final topic, which talks about another Helldivers 2 update that will be coming at some point, that we're learning is apparently going to add vehicles, so not just mechs. Being reported by Gaming Bolt, it says here it started with a data mine of the game's files that suggested that Arrowhead would be adding pilotable mechs in the new faction to Helldivers 2. And not long afterward, gameplay clips showing mechs emerged online. And you guys were telling me that apparently people are gaining access to these mechs, where they're kind of just dropping them into the game randomly for people to just kind of, I guess, test out and play. It's kind of weird, but also very cool at the same time. But it says here, since then, more gameplay clips have surfaced showcasing even more content that hasn't been officially added into the game yet. Specifically, some players have managed to get their hands on several different vehicle types, including a recon vehicle, an armored personnel carrying truck, and an APC that will require the player driving it to change its transmission manually. You can check them all out in different clips that have been circulating online. What's unclear, though, is whether the players have been finding ways of accessing unreleased content, or if Arrowhead itself has been randomly sprinkling this into the game, giving the community a little taste of what lies ahead. And based off of, again, what people are telling me, it seems it's actually the the second one here, where the developers actually just dropping these things into the game in random matches, and players are just discovering them and kind of freaking out a little bit because it's like not something that Arrowhead is acknowledging directly. And so, yeah, this is very cool, man. I gotta say that this seems like a very natural way to kind of progress Helldivers 2 and add more content that makes sense. A lot of people have been saying that having not just mechs, but different types of vehicles would really go a long way for a game like this. So, very cool. I'll be kind of just sitting back and waiting for Arrowhead to announce when they're going to actually like release this in full for everybody to use. So let me know if you've been, I guess, kind of lucky enough to run into this potentially in any of your Helldivers 2 matches. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.